Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyblade Month, the month where we go over everything Beyblade. Today, we are covering the newest Beyblade at the time of me recording this video, Impact Drake. Um, this is a very cool Beyblade. If you haven't seen, it's basically just a new Drake, but it has rubber on the blades, which is very cool. This is the first Beyblade X product to have anything other than metal or plastic. So that's very exciting. Brand new material for us to work with. And there's the back. Chrome has a bit of a different design. He's over there. Yeah, this he's like black eyes now. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, let's get right into it. This Beyblade is pretty cool because it also comes with a new black string launcher, which is very nice. I love to see some black string launchers. It has the red prongs on the bottom, which is the same as Bird's new launcher in the anime because Bird got a new launcher when he got Hell's hammer. Now let's take a look at the parts. Okay, so now for the most exciting part, the launcher. There it is. It's a black string launcher, more of like a stone gray, but I really like it because it has the red prongs. The red prongs are very pretty. This is gonna be my new main string launcher. However, I do kind of really like using the whole launcher, so we'll see which launcher I prefer after a little bit. Now, for what you're actually here for. Now, I'm gonna go in order from least exciting to most exciting of the three parts. So, first off, we have 960. It's just 960. This came on Phoenix Wing. It's a very old ratchet, but it's a very good ratchet. So I'm not complaining. It's always good to have more 960s. Next up, we have Low Rush, the brand new bit. It is just Rush, but shorter. It is significantly shorter than your standard Rush, and it looks very cool. That's really all I can say about it. It's Rush, but shorter. Rush is a very good bit. So this is basically just a replacement for Rush, so you can get under those stamina types and get some good hits. Finally, what you're actually here for, Impact Drake. There it is. It is very nice. You see the rubber on the blade right here. All the red stuff is rubber, including in the center, and that is going to increase your attack power and get much better hits on your opponents. So let's see it all put together. And here is Impact Drake all put together. Very nice. It's a very nice Beyblade. Now, what I've been hiding from you this whole video is that we are going to be testing this Beyblade not here, but at a real life Beyblade tournament. So, let me show you the combo that I'm going to be using for Impact Drake when we get there. And I'll show off the rest of my deck as well when we're at the tournament. Now, to the tournament!
Okay, now that we are here at the tournament, you can see that my combos are Tyranno B 770 Rush, Wizard Rod 360 All, and Impact Drake 160 Low Rush. That was my starting lineup. I'm on the left side. And on the right side is my opponent, who is using, I think that's Shark Edge 360 Level Swing, 160 Low Rush, and Cobalt Dragoon on 560 Elevate. So that was my starting matchup. So let's see the battles. As you can see, my opponent started with Phoenix Wing, so I also went with Wizard Rod. I think it's a good starter. So I came out pretty successful in this battle. I thought it was pretty good. In the second round, I lead out with Impact Drake, and he sticks with Phoenix Wing. I do end up losing this battle to a self-KO, and then the judge has to check the footage as well, so that's why it cut so abruptly. After that, we do a rematch with Drake and Phoenix Wing, and I end up losing this round again as well. This time, not to something stupid. We end up doing another rematch, and the same outcome. I lose to Phoenix Wing again. This time I switch to Tyranno B, and he sticks with Cobalt Dragoon. However, I do end up extreme finishing, causing me to lose the round. So the next battle was a mirror match between my Wizard Rod and this other guy's Wizard Rod. And it was an identical matchup. It was very frustrating to watch. And it's just overall very boring, so I'm not going to linger on it for too long. So then after this frickin' troll asks the judge to do a rematch, so we fight with the same Beyblades again. And it's just Rod versus Rod. Again! Thankfully, this one ends a lot quicker. And by quicker, I mean me losing. After this, I choose not to do a rematch and go with Tyranno beat against his Rod. Thankfully. So we don't have to sit through another excruciating Rod v Rod battle. And again, ends with me losing to a spin finish. This time, I choose to go for a rematch, and the outcome is much better than earlier. I end up getting an extreme finish and then having 4 points to 3, so that is getting very close. The next match, I go with Impact and lose to a spin finish against his Rod. I also forgot to mention that I swapped Impact to 360 points. Just thought I mentioned that. Lastly, this dude ends up going with Arrow, and then I go with Rod. I end up taking home the win. My next matchup, my opponent goes with Cobalt Dragoon, and I made out with Rod. He unfortunately gets a very respectable extreme finish on me. In the next round, I switch out to Impact Drake, instantly bursting his Cobalt Dragoon. In the next round, he switches out to Silver Wolf, and I stick with Impact Drake and end up losing, but it's only 1 point. The next round, he switches out to Phoenix Wing, and I switch to Tyranno Beat. And this one comes straight down to a photo finish, so even the judge has to check the results. I do end up coming out victorious from this match, though. Next up, he switches to Silver Wolf, and I switch to Wizard Rod, just to make it fair. However, this does end up making me lose the match. Quick shout out to Hazard Requiem, who judges for this match. They're really nice, and they really helped a lot with the tournament to make it as fun as it was. Now to start off the round, it is a Wizard Rod mirror match, although his Wizard Rod is on a different combo, but I do end up winning. My opponent calls for a rematch, and it plays out exactly the same first round. For these next 2 rounds, I self-KO, so let's just montage that real quick. For the next round, I stick with Tyranno B, and he swaps over to Grand Buster, and I end up bursting that thing pretty quick. For the next round, I swap to Impact, and he swaps to oh wait, the match is already over. For the next match, my new opponent uses Hell's Scythe, and I lead with Wizard Rod as usual, and I end up taking home an extreme finish, which is very nice. For the next round, my opponent switches to Cobalt Dragoon and ends up scraping pretty hard. I felt a little bad for the scrape, but I still end up getting another point. Next, my opponent goes for a rematch and ends up knocking out my Wizard Rod pretty quickly. Next, I switch to Tyranno Beat, and he switches to his Rod, and I end up bursting him decently fast.
It's been a few months since that tournament, and I've had some time to think on and sit on my thoughts, and I have even more Beyblades as well. So I think, what do I think of Impact Drake? It's not good. I feel like Low Rush has a place in the scene. Low Rush is replacing Rush. I can already see that. But the Blade Impact Drake has I don't think it has a place. I think Impact Drake the Blade would be I think it might be good on like uh 560 elevate, but it's already taken by Cobalt Dragoon. So there's really no reason to use 560 elevate if Cobalt Dragoon is just better. This is really only to counter this. That's all this Beyblade is good for, is countering Cobalt Dragoon with Spin Steel. If you had this on 560 Elevate, you're Spin Stealing Cobalt Dragoon. But Dragoon's made for Spin Stealing. It's rounder, it's just better for spin stealing. This and this can only spin steal from one singular Beyblade. Just because it's meta doesn't mean you're gonna face it every single time. Not all the people that I faced had Cobalt Dragoon. So having a Beyblade that only exists to counter another Beyblade is screwing yourself over for the rest of the tournament, and it's basically shooting yourself in the foot. So this Beyblade is just too good that using this one is completely invalid. Don't I would say I think Impact Drake there is potential here. There's a lot of potential here. It just hasn't been tapped into yet. Especially the combos that I use. I don't think point 360 point was not the play. I didn't have Elevate at that point. But now I have Elevate. And I'm going to a tournament soon, so I might try using Impact Drake again, but I'm not too sure. Probably gonna swap it out for Phoenix Wing. Because I recently nabbed the new mold for Phoenix Wing. So having Impact Drake is basically not that good. The weight is impressive, don't get me wrong, but it just gets destabilized too easily and it can't hit hard enough because of the rubber. The rubber's a double-edged sword. That's what really brings the Beyblade down. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys at another tournament. I want to thank Progress CCG and Hazard Requiem for putting the whole tournament together. I talked to Hazard Requiem off of the videos. They're amazing. They're a great person. I loved talking to them. They're very nice. And Progress CCG, I also want to thank them for hosting the tournament. So see you guys next time. Goodbye.